So, hello everyone, this is Ivan and welcome back to another video on my profile, which I am wondering why are you watching it? You could have watched so much more quality stuff than this, but you chose this one. You did this to yourself. You can blame me. Okay, so today we are going to do something stupid and different, which is not fighting game related. How insane, right? All I do is just fighting games and now I'm doing something different. Holy shit, dude. Okay, so with that out of the way, welcome to Fear and Hunger, an incredible RPG game that you have to play. I assure you, you have to play this shit. It's amazing. And without further ado, we are going to start. I believe most of those who have seen the game before or know exactly what I'm going to do right now. But for those who don't, I am not exactly going to explain everything except the very basic stuff, which is just that which is just something that's going to be explained through the dialogue here. But enough yapping away, let's start with a new game. And right now we're presented with four choices for our main characters, which I wonder who should I pick for this run? But I already have a plan, and since I am just going to leave the descriptions for you to read at a normal pace, I am not going to scroll past. I'm just going to leave the descriptions for you to read. And meanwhile, I'm just going to comment on just that it's something different that I'm going to do for this stupid profile I have and whatever stuff I upload here, because whether it succeeds or not, I don't fucking care. I want to finish Fear and Hunger on this profile and absolutely upload every episode. I don't know when or how or why, but I will someday finish this. And yes, without further ado, let's pick our character. For which I think I would pick the mercenary, because I am a pussy and I want everything on easy access, or at least more diversive access. No, that doesn't make sense, but yes, I want to pick the mercenary. Hello everyone, this is Ivan in real life, and today I'm doing the coin flip to see if the mercenary will get a normal name, or do I have to think of some bullshit shitpost name? I chose heads, so let's hope I get heads. Fuck it's tails! Hell yeah. Of course, some of the stuff I'm going to censor for the most part, whichever is too graphic, of course. But with that out of the way, say hello to Fear and Hunger. And right now, what we have to do is choose a difficulty. And since I exactly am not the most competent player of Fear and Hunger, I had just finished it once and had a couple of playthroughs on my own. I still don't feel confident enough to start on the second difficulty. And call me a pussy all you want, but that's it. I'm going to pick the first difficulty regardless of what you say. And of course, we are going to play the intro. You were born with the soul of the endless that makes you yearn for freedom and forces you to push your creativity to its limits. You put your creativity to the test in the most harshest of environments. You were born and soon abandoned in the capital of the Eastern Centuries, Jataya. You had to choose at a very young age to either become a pickpocket, a burglar, or try to struggle and lead a honest life. And since I already know most of the things, the thing is about Fear and Hunger, even at the intro, the most even if you try to pick these options like the lead the honest life and whatever, these options don't really grant you anything that would benefit you in the long run in the game. So in my opinion, what you should do right now is be as stupid as you can and just pick the options that suit you most, like being a pickpocket. Because that's the first one I ever picked, so that's why I'll stick to it. As you grew older, you took part in various mercenary armies and learned the dirtiest tricks to stay alive. You were taken in by a notorious veteran highwayman, and you joined his little band of criminals and ex-soldiers. During one of your many raids, your brigade got ambushed. The odds were seriously against you. You could have just abandoned your comrades and kept your life. Or you could have fought the last of your breath. And of course, I'm going to be an utter shithead and abandon everyone. That grants me escape plan, which is a skill which will help quite a lot. Spoiling as this is, I apologize greatly. I am trying not to spoil anything about the game so far without us coming across it naturally, but I just. Those are like very obvious things that are like obvious to learn. You traveled across the land in your raids and eventually settled down in the kingdom of Rondon, where silver was as loose as you were up for getting your knife dirty. One day you got an ominous task from the officials of the kingdom. You were to be paid well in silver if you get a captain of fabled mercenary army out of the dungeons of Rondon itself. From the dungeons of fear and hunger, the morbid place has been used as a wartime prison by the kingdom, and for some reason they need an outside sword like yourself to infiltrate their very own stronghold. I suck at reading. I apologize for how bad I am at reading. Sometimes something is clearly not right about your mission, and you have felt nauseous since the moment you agreed on the job. But you are short on silver, and the reward is all that matters in the end. You spent your last night in the kingdom, and you can go and drink. You can go and stock up on food. You can go stock up on healing items, which might be the obvious good choice, but I would give you a little heads up and say that if you pick the rush straight for your mission, you get dash, which allows you to make your character move at twice the speed of its normal speed. So with that, you can actually move much faster. And with that, we are saving. And now we are the Fear and the Fear and Hunger dungeons stay in front of you. And of course, if it's obvious, I am not going to go through the main entrance. Actually, I am going to go through here because it's much more safer. And if you think about it, what's a more logical way to get through a dungeon that has guards and you have to save someone from it? You have to sneak in, of course. And I should light up a torch And let me see how many torches do I have. 2 more torches. Okay. So here, let me just loot some of the stuff. Here we have some things that we could pick up, and blue herb is a very good item to have because blue herb can heal you for. Oh wait, why did I do that? Okay, let's try to force the door open, and we couldn't force the door open. Of course, that is pretty normal, so not to be worried about. Okay, so nothing much here, I suppose. And we have to be careful around, or not. Well, not as much. Okay. If we found a lot of random items so far. I found another blue herb, that's cool. We found a blue vial which, let me see, even though it says it's just a vial full of blue liquid, this blue liquid can heal you, like the blue herb, which makes sense, right? Yeah. Okay, so, okay, so here comes one of the main mechanics of Fear and Hunger, which is the coin flips. They can occur in libraries, they can occur whenever you surf like these weaponry boxes, or the libraries as I mentioned, or battles, which are scripted events. Yeah, but let's not get too much insight in depth about this. Uh, I'll tell you more about it later. But for now, all you need to know is that coin flips can occur almost everywhere in battles, in the overworld when you loot certain things, and yeah. And the chance of you having a successful loot depends on RNG, which yeah. But I have a stupid strategy, which is to push hits on everything and go for the best. And of course, we got a chainmail hood. Let's equip it, I guess. That gives us a 20 defense. Do you know how big that is? I don't know, but I just like to paraphrase things. Okay, we found blue herbs, a lot of blue herbs in a glass vial. And of course, we get leg guards too. Holy shit, dude. Increasing our defense already. That's okay. Of course, not okay. Of course, not everything has to work. And we found a small key. Come and find me. Let the blood flow. This door seems to be locked. There's an emblem of a crow on the lock. Let's try to open it. Yes. And not enough, which is normal. Okay, we can easily bypass this enemy because of how slow it is. And right now what we did was just to loot around. Yeah, nothing much, nothing eventful really. In any case, oh, I think I didn't. I think I found my route, or no. Very strange. Can use a small key and do here what exactly here except try to avoid this dude. Okay, we got a wine vial. Oh, well, here's the passage, it seems. Oh, there's an enemy here. There's an old wine barrel here. Okay, that's cool. Is the other one? What would the other one say? Oh, there's two. So what's here? Pile of dead bodies. Okay. Although I might do have to censor some things in this game because it's, as it said, a very graphic one. But I don't plan this episode to be that long because as our infiltration goes well, I know a certain place we can visit that allows us to have a pretty good uh, stop point for today, at least. Even though it's not. Oh, oh, this event can happen actually, in a lot of the games, in a lot of the times you explore. And let me just loot as much as I can. Don't worry about this character right now, we will talk about her later. We found a lot of stuff. And yes, this can occur almost everywhere. So, where exactly was I supposed to go? Oh, I can pick the herbs right now. Okay, I don't think I have anything to do back here anymore. So let's head up, it seems. Okay. So there's a lone skeleton. And we are inside the basement now, which is strangely called the level 3. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got spotted by an enemy. And luckily we managed to avoid it. Let's loot. We found oil. Nothing left here. Okay, we seemed to have looted some of this stuff here. Okay, so we found blueberries, cabbage, and of course it might seem to be very slow at the beginning, but I assure you this game picks up pretty fast. Yes, this allows us that we need right now. What we do is mainly collect things, but I assure you the clothes farmings are very important and very useful as well as the moji bread, because that will come to use a lot during our playthrough, because you don't know how stupid this game actually is in terms of enemies. And I mean by stupid, I mean very unforgiving, to be honest, because most of the battles feel like puzzles that you have to figure out on your own whenever you start for the first time and understand how a certain character or certain enemy works. And for example, I can show you with this enemy. This is the guard, or more exactly known also as the main enemy you'll ever first encounter really in the dungeons. And the strategy for this one is rather simple because the right everything about the enemy is split in different parts or limbs, if you will. And what we do right now is cut those limbs, which makes sense to make the opponent lose balance, if that makes sense. So the actual good strategy about this is to disarm your opponent by cutting their hand. Very good strategy about this is that every time on the second turn right now, you can guard. Or, yes, the Singer Trust is a bonus attack that he can do sometimes, but if you guard, you not only just receive less damage if he does a String Trust, you can guard the coin flip attack and perform a parry. It is not a Third Strike parry, don't worry about it. So what we should do right now is attack his other arm as well. And we should definitely get rid of the Stinger. Because the Taco is not that great of an attack. It doesn't really hit us that hard. We can afford this damage. And once we hurt the legs enough, we get a yellow sign above the head, which means it's a vulnerable place right now, and we can immobilize our enemy forever and win. Simple, right? What we can do right now is also equip a shield, because I forgot, and also heal with the blue vial, because we might need to heal up. And maybe even use a green herb, because right now I don't have anything much that will help. So it's also mostly appropriate to avoid battles actually as much as possible, because this game is unforgiving at the beginning, and it's always better to avoid a battle than risk and get in attack. Of course, we always have to be. It is always good to. Yes, I forgot about this. Excuse me, for I am a very quiet right now. Perform the guard. And maybe we can take the aura because it has a coin of attack. Right now we should take this as well while we can. And this is something we can tolerate. We get the legs off. The other one, maybe. And right now we should win. And we do find some keys, but I am going to do something very quickly and just heal up. Right now, what we also see here is the hunger bar and our mind bar. The mind bar allows us to not go insane while exploring the dungeons, and if we go below the zero mind, we can die actually, or cause a game over. Same as with hunger. So it's best to keep those. Things at full, or at least at the good, at safe uh, amounts. Sorry, I am not very good at speaking. What we also have to be aware is the nails, especially this one that's sticking right here, because sometimes we might get accustomed to the layout around and just feel safe, but sometimes just step on something like this and cause an infection, which is a very tricky thing to do. And right now we can just do this and safely avoid most of the battles, because our goal right now it is to just safely avoid most of the battles right now. Of course, here what I am going to do is something that is presumably probably not always happening on the first time you pass through here. It always takes a little bit while before you reach the spot, but it's an optional route, and it makes more sense to first encounter stuff like this. This is Trotter, someone we will learn more about later, but for now all you have to know that is a wretched looking torturer who Of course, like his name suggests, tortures people in the dungeon. Yay! And he's also very easy for some reason. Once you do this, you search him and you get some keys. But it's best to right now. Uh, yes, it is best to just skip as many battles as you can. This is also Buckman, a character who was chased by torturer around. So he was scared to see us right now. So that's why he's like this. So he's scared that he's been lost in the dungeons for quite a long while. And overall his story is that he is lost much. Okay, so what was the route here? Because I forgot. I should do. Oh, this layout, I haven't seen this layout specifically. We take with the skinning knife. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so our main goal right now is uh, to like get, wait, we can interact with this? Okay. We find a torch. We found a torn page. Let's see what we get here. A heads. An Alchemilia. Okay, that's a very useful book. Okay, so our goal right now is to very strangely go backwards. As strange as it sounds. Okay, so 2 carrots, a turnip. Oh wait, I forgot to pick up the herbs. Okay, this is a different layout. Yes, something that I forgot to mention about Fear and Hunger is that each run you start the game, every time you start, the layout of the dungeons is different. Yes, that is true. Dungeon layout can differ into, I believe, it was 4 or 5 variants. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but yes, you have many different many different variants you can find of the dungeons. But right now, it is best to avoid as much battles as possible. Honestly, like I'm not even kidding. No. Torch. A bear trap. And a leather helmet. No, we are not going to do this. Should we pick this? Nightmare has taken its toll on me. I am devolving into something far lesser than the man I once was. All the high morals and ethics have no value here, the things I have done to survive. There is no place for a little miscreant like me in the warmth of the sun anymore. I am part of these dungeons right now. Part of this never-ending nightmare. Just one more cog in this machine of fear and hunger. In a way, I find it comforting. I have a definite place in this wicked world. But I am writing this as a warning for anyone who happens to step down to darkness. Do leave if it's still possible. You find a small booklet under the guest book. You take the book first with you. That's cool. And right now I'm going to show you something important. And if you go to the chart icon, which has an yin and yang symbol, you can create items. This is your crafting table from like Minecraft. And as you can see, we can create torches, but if we find tinder boxes, that is, the tinder boxes allow us to create torches. But right now, we had found one randomly, which spawns in the chests. But you can always there's a chance they can appear in the chests as well, or boxes. I mean, and yes, right now we have found three tinder boxes, and we can create at least two because we have two sticks, and we have two torches, which are always good to have. That's why I told you to always take these cloud fragments. And right now we find a girl, but we don't have anything to help us open the door, even though I was thought I had a key in me, or oh no, I used the key, right? I forgot about this. Okay. I hope we found. Nope, exactly. The idea was to find a key and let's see if we can. No. Okay. So yes, this takes us out the main entrance that we were supposed to enter from. Yes. Uh, Let us eat right now. Recover a little. And possibly explore. Oh no, this is not what we want right now. Can we find a key, please? A blue vial is good. A blue herb. And we find more things. Yay! Okay. A tails. No, I failed. Please? Oh, for God's sake, dude. Book of Fears. Yes, of course, that is the answer. This booklet said. Okay. I believe right now what we should do. Of course, we are very not ready about this. Nothing left. So what we can do is no, not here, but okay. So how much do I have of these? I have 3. Okay, enough. That's definitely more than enough. Okay, I triggered. Oh shit, shit. Uh, yes, you can use the green herbs for infections. And cloth fragments are also very helpful for stopping your bleeding. Just do remember this. From your good old pal. And can we find more stuff? A tsunami. And a tsunami. How very generous. And no, I believe we had searched up and down, but so far I don't think we had found something that could help us. of course, what I will do right now is something very stupid and attack the priests. Or attack the priest, which are very easy to attack. I have never personally seen this. Uh, this. Yes, I'm so dumb. I have never seen this layout of the game so far, but it is definitely an interesting one. So, well, yes, since the priests are very low on health, we can just attack their torso and almost kill them instantly. And they also have a chance to miss. But so do we. Oh, this one survived. But not for long. Okay, we can search. And we found a soul stone which allows us to do something which I'm going to probably explain in the next episode. So for now, let us just do this because it will increase our affinity to something, which I'm going to explain in the next episode so far, because it's a little bit too much info for right now. Yes, I should believe I should just save for now. Last long, we can end this episode right here, actually. We search through here. Let me just make some. Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have any sticks. Let us save here, and with this, I am going to end this first episode of Fear and Hunger. I know it's very all over the place. It's very strange. It's weird. I haven't explained anything, but trust me, we are this game is so awesome and so amazing. You have to try this game someday, and you have to play it. Even though I am very bad at explaining, I will explain all the stuff eventually in the long run. But for now, let us save, and with this is the start of our Fear and Hunger playthrough. Yes, I was Ivan, and with this, I hope you enjoyed this mess of an first episode. And with that out of the way, see ya.